As you can see, the things aren't completely set up yet, but they're getting there. They're getting there. We don't just have random piles of boxes behind me now, so that's good. Anyway, let's get to the actual game. I believe so. I guess would be on. No. Really, 9/13 was the last time we played. Really? Wow, almost like a month ago. Sheesh. Guess that makes sense, but still, feels off. Alright, so this is February 4th. Let me make sure before I get... Okay, I do not have delay on, which is good. That's important. Oh, my chat is still from last time. Hold on. Let me fix that. There we go. Okay. Ready to go. I feel the warm glow of the sun. I wake up my head, hazy to the sensation of the cold air on my cheek. Must be a draft. Huh. I'm in the shed. I get up and shake my head 2-3 times in an effort to wake myself. Oh, wait a minute, I fell asleep in the shed. Saber's gonna kill me for that. Like because the whole like living situation we had arranged was built on the premise of like, hey, let's have Saber close to me, that way she can defend me if need be. And then I just go and sleep in the shed. Not the best idea. Alright, I just fell asleep like this. After my nightly routine training to fortify my senses, I must have been too lazy to go back to my room. From how light it is, it must be just before 6. Crap, I need to get breakfast ready. I fold my blanket up, pick up all the broken shards from my failed strengthening attempts last night, and head back to the house to wash my face. So cold. The moment I step outside the shed, I realize just how chilly it is out. Murayama is typically warm, even in the winter, but the temps here on the mountainside still get chilly. Yeah, I know the feeling. I live in a generally pretty warm area, but the last couple days, when I've been going out in the evening, it's definitely coach season now, that's for sure. And I wash my face with ice-cold tap water, which finally gets my mind going. Alright. I'm completely awake now. Once my mind's woken up, all the things I'd rather not be thinking about, like my current situation, come rushing back. Alright, I don't have time to putt around washing my face. The time is 5:55. There's a ton to do, but first I need to head back to my room and check on Saber. Yeah, I did leave my room without telling her. I should at least explain myself. I wouldn't want to upset Saber. Going to the shed in the middle of the night is a ritual for me, so I'm sure she'll understand as long as I explain myself. You're more hopeful than I am, good sir. Yeah. Once I talk to Saber, then I should start making breakfast. Tohsaka said she doesn't eat breakfast, so I just need to make extra for Saber. Oh, I should go buy more ingredients now that I'll be cooking for more people. I should write that down before I forget. Forget. Huh. I have this nagging feeling that I'm forgetting something really important. And seeing as I haven't played this in almost a month, I have no idea what he could be forgetting. I don't know. Could be to do with Heracles. Oh crap, it's already 6. I need to hurry or I won't make it. Well, if I can't remember what it is, it's probably not important. Oh man, the other day I was doing some shopping and, you know, buying some food for like ingredients for a meal I'm making, like probably tomorrow. I bought like everything I needed, except for the main like protein. I didn't buy like the chicken that I intended, so now I have to go back out today and buy the chicken. No big deal, but annoying for sure. I slowly open the door. The room is just as I left it. There's no sign of Saber waking up in the middle of the night and searching my room. It doesn't seem like she noticed I snuck out. Well, that's a letdown. I thought Saber would have noticed. Why would you want her to? Well, I guess it would be, like, it's good in terms of vigilance if she noticed, I suppose. Unless she was just in that deep of a sleep because she requires a lot of rest. Oh, right. Maybe that's what she meant when she said she needs to sleep often. And she's sleeping as close to me as possible so she can rush right over if something does happen. Whatever the case, it shouldn't make much of a difference as long as I'm in the compound. I have a feeling Saber would disagree, but I can't speak on her behalf, of course. The bounded field would detect any enemy intruders. I should be able to defend myself for at least a moment, which should give Saber enough time to get to me. Yeah, and the shed has plenty of places for me to hide. Anyway, I don't think I'll get scolded for what I did last night, hopefully. I thought I'd explain myself to Saber, but that doesn't seem to be necessary now. Besides, I'd hate to wake her up if she's still sleeping. Saber, I'm going to go prepare breakfast. I'll make some for you too, but you don't need to get up if you're still sleepy. I'll come back, so keep resting if you need to. After speaking softly to her, I head out of my room as quietly as I can. There's nobody in the living room. I open the refrigerator and plan out what I can make for breakfast. And then... Morning. You sure get up early. Oh. Not a morning person, I take it, Tohsaka? Tohsaka walks in looking obviously cranky. Tohsaka! What's going on? Did something happen? Nothing. I'm always like this in the morning. Don't worry about it. Tohsaka staggers through the living room like a drunken ghost. She's even translucent. Hey, are you okay? Your eyes don't look right. I said don't worry about it. I'll wake up once I wash my face. How do I get to the bathroom again? Take that hallway if you're just going to wash your face. There's a washroom in the hallway near the entrance. Oh, right. I don't know what she heard, but Tohsaka just waves a hand and walks away. And then... the doorbell rings, announcing a guest's arrival. Shiro, someone's here. I hear Tohsaka's voice from the hallway. Don't worry about it. Only people who ever come at this hour are family. It's gotta be Sakura. She has a spare key, so I don't need to go to the door. Honestly, I keep telling Sakura she doesn't need to ring the bell. Sakura's like family, so she can just come in without bothering about the doorbell. But she's always polite enough to ring the doorbell to let me know she's here. What a sweet girl. I think that's one of the good things about Sakura. But one of these days she's going to wear herself out from politeness. The music stopped. Hold on. Sakura is here. See, this was what I was saying last time, man. This is gonna be somewhat awkward to explain to all parties involved. Grab! I run through the hallway. Being angry at my own stupidity is going to have to wait. Right now, I need to rush to the entrance and send Sakura home before she runs into Tohsaka. But it's too late. At the entrance... Okay, well, hello. Yo. Girl I literally live with, meet girl I practically live with. It's actually kind of surprising we're only just now meeting, but hi. I hope you'll get along. Tohsaka is greeting the guest, even though I didn't ask her to, and, Sakura looks surprised. I mean, yeah, naturally, I'd say. Sakura stands at the entrance, and Tohsaka is in the hallway. The two of them are staring at each other, the air growing tense. What? Hey, I'm glad to have multiple female friends. That spends like a suspiciously large amount of time at my house. Good morning, Mato. Are you surprised to see me here? Tohsaka looms in the doorway, appearing to look down at Sakura. Miss Tohsaka? Sakura is utterly bewildered. She looks up at Tohsaka, fear in her eyes. This is bad. I can't manage to get a word out. The two of them ignore me as they continue to stare at each other. There's no room for me to butt in here. The only thing I can do right now is try to think how to explain this situation to Sakura. But before I can come up with a good excuse... Senpai, what is the meaning of this? Sakura looks over to me, almost begging for help. Yeah, it's, kind of a long story. It's not that complicated. I just started living here. You can't just say it that simply, Tohsaka. She'll draw the wrong conclusions. She'll think we've got like a common law marriage going on or something. Tohsaka's response is extraordinarily blunt. She just cuts me off and gets right to the point. Senpai, is this true? The short answer is yes. Things happened, and now Tohsaka's going to be staying here for a while. Things happened is the worst possible way you could have explained that, my man. Things happened. Things happened, that's exactly how you'd explain things happened that are not at all what, like the things that have actually happened, but are the things that she thinks probably happened that are not the things you want her to think happened. Hope that was clear enough. Sorry for not telling you this earlier, and sorry you got blindsided first thing in the morning. Oh, please do not apologize. I was certainly surprised, but do not worry about it. But what you said earlier, is that... That's right, this is something Shira and I agreed on together. The head of the household agreed, so it's pretty much a done deal. Do you understand what that means, Miss Matao? Understand what? You seem to have been taking care of Shira for a while now, but that won't be necessary now. I'd rather not come here, for your own good. I mean, that's a bit harsh. Though, I mean, logically, yeah, we really don't want to get Sakura involved in the, like, caught in the crossfire of this Grail war. So... But then again, we know that her family situation is, like, abusive. Like, we can't just send her back to that. We were like her safe place. But we are literally in like a war to the death. So, domestic abuse or possible casualty in war. Sakura looks down and falls silent. And after a chilling silence, I do not know. Ooh. Huh? Come again? I said I do not know what you mean, Miss Tohsaka. Wait, Sakura, you... Please excuse me, senpai. I will be using your kitchen. Sakura bows to me and walks into the house. She heads towards the living room, heading right past Tohsaka and flatly ignoring her. Yeah, I didn't realize Sakura was so strong-willed. What? Tohsaka just stands there, aghast. I'm no different. I've never seen Sakura act like that. And I don't know what to say. Well, that comes as a surprise. But it is not the only one. Hey, Tohsaka. How did you know Sakura always came to my house? I never told you she came to help me out with housework. Oh, well, I just heard rumors. It was just a coincidence. I'm gonna press X to doubt on that one. What's more surprising to me is that she's so energetic and happy here. She's completely different here than when she's at school. Alright, that was part of the rumors too, was it? Tohsaka must be really surprised given how annoyed she sounds. Which means Tohsaka knows Sakura pretty well at school. Oh yeah, don't they both have a tie to the, it was like the archery club or something? Sakura seems to know Tohsaka too, and the two of them appear to have a good senior underclassman relationship I was unaware of. But that aside, actually I'm surprised too. I've never seen Sakura so snappy before. Sakura's no different here than when she's at school. I'd say what we just saw was out of the ordinary. Okay. Well, that was bad. I didn't know Sakura was so stubborn. If I'd known, I would have made you explain everything to her, Shiro. Well, you know, maybe I should have, but, well, here we are now. Obviously. Compared to Tohsaka's merciless explanation, I would have handled that a lot better. But what's done is done. And what do you mean, this is bad? Of course this is bad. This house might turn into a battlefield. I was harsh with Sakura to try to drive her from the house so innocent people like her won't get caught up in this war. Now it's going to be a lot harder to get her out of here. Yeah, she has kind of dug in. That was you being harsh? I thought you were just bullying her. Hey, is that slander I hear? I was just being honest. But what should we do about Sakura? At this point, she's not going to leave easily. Well, we have to do something. So, does Sakura only come for breakfast, or do you force her to come for dinner too? Hey, I don't force Sakura to do anything. She likes it here, alright? And how am I to deny a girl from visiting me if she enjoys it? Stop trying to make it sound bad. Yes, she comes every morning, but not as often for dinner. I see. Now she's going to want to come every night. Yeah. Yeah, possibly. Well, maybe not. You never know. Huh? Every night? For what? As I tilt my head in confusion, Tohsaka sighs in disbelief. Soon after, Tohsaka remains in the living room while Sakura begins preparing breakfast in silence. I was a little worried about leaving Tohsaka and Sakura alone in the same room, but I'm not stupid enough to forget about Saber. It seems like Sakura's mad at Tohsaka being here, so things will just get worse if Saber comes out too. Dang it, one of my panels fell. Oh well, we'll fix it later. Which is why I decided to explain the situation to Saber. So, there you have it. Sakura, oh, the girl who's here is named Sakura. But she's an ordinary girl, not a mage or anything, as far as I'm aware. So, we can't have her getting dragged into the Holy Grail War, if possible. I'd like her to stay away from the house for a while, without ever knowing why. What the hell? I didn't come here to consult her on how to get Sakura away from here. Anyway, Sakura was acting really strange this morning. Tohsaka's the reason, but I don't want to upset her even more. Well, you see, Sakura's surprised because some stranger's here, so she'll get even angry if she sees you here. Am I being rude or something, Saber? No, not at all. I understand what you are trying to say, Shiro. You want me to wait here, correct? Yeah, I'd really appreciate that. I'll come back for you right after I see Sakura off, so you can eat breakfast then. Saber nods quietly. I am so glad Saber's so understanding. Okay. I'm worried about what's happening in the living room, so I should hurry back. Shiro. What's up, Saber? You have no obligation to explain yourself in situations like this, but you should calm down a bit. Your words and behavior are noticeably, disordered. Am I panicked? That doesn't sound like me. Yes, you are. If you intend to return to the living room, I suggest you calm yourself before you do so. Saber's advice is given in her usual tone. And breakfast begins as usual, like nothing happened. Here you go, Senpai. And would you like some too, Miss Tohsaka? Sakura hands you a bowl of rice. She's acting like her usual self. I don't know what happened while I was gone, but the tension between the two seems to have dissipated. At least, on the surface. Okay, I'll take a bowl. Tohsaka hesitates a little before accepting a rice bowl. Sakura smiles as she puts bowls of miso soup, egg omelet, and other dishes on the table. Tohsaka watches the table filling up, looking utterly flummoxed. Tohsaka, I thought you didn't eat breakfast. Well, sure, but you can't just leave me alone with another girl for a meal. If someone makes it for me, I'll eat it. It's only polite, you know. Well, as long as you're okay with it. Then let's eat, and sorry I made you get everything ready, Sakura. Please, don't worry about it. This is my job. I'll start eating too. Look at you, making your junior classmen prepare breakfast for you. Who died and made you king to deserve that kind of treatment? Well, I'll grill you about that later. For now, let's eat. What console is this for? I am playing it on PC. Though I believe it's released on... I think it's got a Switch release, I'm pretty sure. Not certain about the others, but probably. Probably at least on PlayStation 2, I'd imagine. The three of us bow politely and begin breakfast. Damn, nobody's talking. It's either a good sign or a bad sign. Which is it? Who can say? I guess the mood isn't that tense. Our breakfasts are usually pretty light on conversation. Sakura and I aren't really all that talkative, so it's no shock meals are so quiet. But why does breakfast feel so chaotic every day? Wait a minute. I get another nagging feeling. Senpai, was the fish too salty for you this morning? That's not it, but I just have this bad feeling like I'm forgetting something again. What could it be? I tried to convince myself that it's probably not important since I can't remember, but I feel like that's a terrible mistake. I'm gripped by this sense of dread, like I'm ignoring a fatal disease or something. Oh well, I bet it's not that big a deal. I try to just shove the thoughts from my mind as I go back to eating. Just then... Morning! Oh man, I overslept! Right. Fujini comes bursting in. Huh. I forgot. How could I have forgotten this? I guess I tried to just forget my problems rather than deal with them. Shiro, food. Fujini situates herself in her normal spot. Good morning, Fujimura-sensei. The two greet her in unison. Here you go, Miss Fujimura. It's not much, but please dig in. Sakura hands her a rice bowl with her usual smile. Fuji takes the bowl and tilts her head in confusion. She senses something strange but doesn't know what exactly it is. Fujini quietly chews her food. Oh, thank goodness my teacher's a bit of a moron. Or an airhead, at least. And after finishing a whole bowl of rice, she leans over to whisper in my ear, Hey Shiro, why is Tohsaka here? I just enjoy entertaining company in my mansion. What's the point of having a mansion if you're not gonna, utilize the floor space? She's going to stay here for a while, starting today. I stick to the facts. Oh, Tohsaka does some pretty weird stuff. Yeah, she's a strange one. The way she is at school, she's like a wolf in sheep's clothing. Yeah, so she's gonna be sending the night air from today on. Fuji seems to accept this and takes a big gulp of her miso soup. I'm gonna die. What do you mean staying with you? The table suddenly flips violently. Oh, the food. Luckily, Sakura is sitting out of the path of the flying food, while Tohsaka had already moved away, apparently predicting what was about to happen. So, I'm the only one who ended up splattered. Ah, that's not what the hell, Fujini? Don't you realize there's hot miso soup, piping hot rice, and scorching meatballs in a pot? He'd burn me if he spilled those on me. Hey, why are we having food from a hot pot for breakfast anyway? Shut your mouth! What are you thinking, Shiro? What are you hoping to be the protagonist of a rom-com, letting a girl stay over at your house? Ah, even I can't laugh at a joke this sick. I wasn't trying to make you laugh. Ow! This really stings. I'm actually getting burned here. Sakura, get me a towel. Here you go. I've got you a cold wet towel, senpai. Thanks. Oh, I just found a chicken meatball in my shirt and it's freaking hot. Forget the towel. You need to explain yourself, Shiro. This isn't some sick joke, is it? Would it be better if I said yes? Of course not. You know I don't like to kid around about these things, right? Not that there's much precedence for me kidding around by a girl living with me in my mansion, but... Look, I promise I'm not like Hugh Hefner or something, okay? Anyway, Tohsaka's staying here. Complain all you want, but it's already been decided, so there's not much point. Watching Godzilla Kong, have I missed anything? Yeah, a bit of drama. The cast A of girls has met cast B of girls, so yeah. Fireworks are flying now. Objection! I don't know what your intention is. I can't allow big sister will not allow you to live with a girl under your roof. Fujini roars. Well, that went about how I expected. Fujini's my guardian, and she's also a school teacher. I don't think I'm getting out of this situation with 100 whacks from a wooden sword, or even 100 cuts from a real one. But unfortunately, I have to find a way to live with this. Can you just let this go? I'm not doing anything wrong. And Tohsaka and I aren't in that kind of relationship. It's just, we kind of ended up in this situation by accident, and I'm letting her use one of the rooms here for now. Just imagine, like, her house burned down. It didn't, but, like, imagine that's what happened. Shut up! I will not allow it! I'd allow her to stay. I don't know what's going on with Tohsaka, but send her home. Stat! She's not even willing to listen. This is bad. I guess she's not as easy to convince as I thought. Miss Fujimura, you say you do not approve of me staying here, but I already stayed over last night. Tohsaka, is that supposed to calm her down? Tohsaka is so casual at how she puts it. Her words seemed like cold water dumped over Fujini's head. Come again. Like I said, Amiya let me stay over last night. Well, actually, I've been here since Saturday evening, so I've technically stayed over 2 nights already. Right now I'm staying in one of the guest rooms in the outbuilding, and my luggage is already there. What do you think, Miss Fujimura? I am already staying here at this point. The color drains from Fujini's face. Shiro! How dare you! Do you not even consider Kiritsugu would have reacted if he was around? I forget who Kiritsugu even is, honestly. What he would have thought? Oh, right. Okay. My old man would have definitely been happy about it. Something out of man's worth or whatever. I can't even argue with that. Kiritsugu was definitely a ladies' man. I get it, so he passed his bad habits on to you, Shiro. You goddamn idiots! Fujina grabs my collar and shakes me. Well, my old man did always teach me to protect girls. I'm not as chivalrous as my old man was, but I still agree. Even so... What, you want me to help you out? Guys, I've been pretty tough because of my chivalrous upbringing. I do have to keep in mind that, cold-hearted as she is, Rin is still a girl. I beg of you. I can't get out of this myself. I need your silver tongue here. I nod in Tohsaka's direction while Fujini shakes me. Okay, I'll make this quick. Miss Fujimura, the only thing you'll get from shaking Amiya is a weak squeak, so please stop. If you keep it up, you might even shake the breakfast out of him. Huh. If you think that look on your face is going to scare me, you've got another thing coming, Tohsaka. I'm an educator and Shiro's instructor, so I will never approve of you staying over at this house. Fujini takes her hands off me and turns towards Tohsaka. It must be her feral instincts kicking in. She must have thought Tohsaka would pounce on her if she kept her full attention on me. Why? There are plenty of students in our school who live in boarding houses. Isn't developing and nurturing students' independence part of our school's mission? Don't try to lean on fancy words to intimidate me. Besides, using this place like a boarding house isn't going to nurture your independence. This place is practically a dream house with food always magically being served to you, practically sparkling clean, and the bath always full of warm water. Staying here will just spoil you. Fujini? That hardly seems appropriate coming from a teacher. Besides, students who live far away are the only ones who typically live in boarding houses. Your house, while it's further than here, is still close enough to commute. Even Sakura commutes from your side of the neighborhood, so there's no need for you to stay here, boarding house or not. Do we know where Sakura is? Oh yeah, she's hanging out. She's in the room, just kind of, I guess, popcorn, enjoying the show. She took it better than the teacher. Well, you see, my house is currently undergoing a major renovation. It's an old building, so a lot of places are practically falling apart. I was thinking of staying in a hotel until the renovations were finished, but I ran into Emiya and told him about my situation. He mentioned that it would be a waste of money and offered to let me stay here. Huh, it doesn't sound like something Shiro would say. Yes, I was surprised by his offer since I hardly know him, but living in a hotel really would be a waste of money, and that would be especially unstudent-like of me, so I thought it would be more beneficial and educational for me to stay at Emiya's house instead. Fujini groans. Tohsaka's answer and mannerisms are textbook. There's no room for Fujini, teacher that she is, to object. I understand now, but there's still one issue. You and Shiro are the opposite sex. I still don't love the idea of the two of you staying under the same roof. Well, I mean, technically, Tohsaka's in, like, the other building, right? And what are you concerned about, Miss Fujimura? Well, you know, you're pretty, and Shiro's a guy, so I wouldn't want anything inappropriate to happen. That should not be an issue. My room is at the far end of that building, while Mia's room is the Japanese-style room near the shed. Our rooms are about 20 meters away, and that distance shouldn't really create any issues. Well, that building does lock from the inside. It's like a separate house. You see? Or do you not trust Emiya? You mentioned that you're Shiro's instructor. That would mean you know him better than I do. If you say he is the type of character who might do something like that, I may need to reconsider staying here. Don't be silly. Shiro is an upright gentleman. He would never make a girl cry. Then there's nothing to worry about. I believe I can stay here without needing to worry because I trust Emiya too. Fujini starts losing steam. Check and mate, Tohsaka. There are a few things Fujini could have responded to, but I'm sure Tohsaka would have had no trouble talking her way out of them. Anyway, it looks like Tohsaka has officially gained citizenship in this house. And then breakfast ends. As expected, Fujini gave up after Tohsaka talked her down. In the end, we agreed to keep our living arrangements a secret at school, while Fujini would supervise us at home. With that said, Fujini got really excited knowing that there were going to be more people in the house, and she left for school in a good mood. After breakfast ended, I called out to Saber before I leave for school. Saber, calm as always, says, follow its directions at school. And please seek me out if you are ever in danger. That is how I will know my master is in a dire situation. She returns to her room. It's time to go to school. Then let's get going. I don't know if this area very well, so maybe you can show me some shortcuts to school? When Tohsaka is in her school uniform, standing next to me. My image of her as an honor student is fading, but she still makes me nervous when I see her in uniform. Just going to school with the prettiest girl is nerve-wracking enough, but on top of that...